My name is Linda Cirulli-Burton, and welcome to this channel named Above the Battleground, ACIM. A Course in Miracles teaches us that we are of two minds. The mind of ego, which is the differentiated self, the unique persona, my identity as Linda in a 3D world governed by our senses. There is the other mind, and that is the mind of spirit. And this is the mind where I learn that I am part of the sonship, that I am one with my brothers, one with God. This is where I am able, when I go into that mind, to transcend the insanity and the craziness of the ego world. And that is because, first and foremost, and most important of all, I have a decision maker. I can make a choice of where I go. I can go above the battleground, or I can stay on the battlefield, killing myself and killing others simply by making the choice of staying in my ego mind. Above the Battleground is based on the teachings of a spiritual self-study path known as A Course in Miracles. I've been a student of A Course in Miracles for many, many years. And it's been recently that I decided to create these videos in order that the lessons, that the perspectives would go deeper within me, and hopefully that they would be of some benefit to you. The reality that A Course in Miracles teaches us is that we are not our bodies. We are instead spirit, the spirit that is connected with its divine source. And what I am absolutely loving right now, which I've often thought that the craziness of the perceived external world is really igniting in so many people from so many walks of life to seek something else within themselves. And that is the reality of who we truly are. We are spirit. So let me read to you briefly from A Course in Miracles. Reality needs no cooperation from you to be itself, but your awareness of it needs your help because it is your choice. Listen to what the ego says and see what it directs you see, and it is sure that you will see yourself as tiny, vulnerable, and afraid. You will experience depression, a sense of worthlessness, and feelings of impermanence and unreality. You will believe that you are helpless prey to forces far beyond your own control and far more powerful than you. And you will think the world you made directs your destiny. For this will be your faith, but never believe because it is your faith, it makes reality. It doesn't make reality. Reality is that we are spirit. Ask ourselves these questions. Do I desire a world I rule instead of one that rules me? Do I desire a world where I am powerful instead of helpless? Do I desire a world in which I have no enemies and cannot sin? And do I want to see what I denied because it is the truth? So when we look at it from that perspective, everything can change. Dr. Ken Wapnick died in December of 2013. But thankfully, the Foundation for A Course in Miracles has uploaded 230 videos showing Dr. Wapnick teaching excerpts from A Course in Miracles. So recently, I happened upon one that really did make me laugh out loud. And that was, he was talking about Helen Schuckman, the scribe of A Course in Miracles. And I do want to say that Ken and Helen had almost like a son-mother relationship. They were very devoted to each other, and they loved each other very, very much. And he was saying that she and her husband were living in an apartment, in a big apartment building in New York City. And she would go to bed, and right around midnight, the woman above her would start walking around in her high heels. And Helen was livid. I mean, she went to bed at a reasonable hour because she had to get up early, and this woman was driving her insane. So, what happened was that after a period of time, Helen had a visual of a cord connecting that woman's high heels to her own head. And what she did is she cut the cord. Now, the reason why I share this with you is that the fact that high heels were walking across the ceiling, that's a fact. In that 3D world, that's a fact. But the interpretation of the high heels is what was driving Helen crazy. The woman was doing it on purpose. She knew that it was annoying to Helen, and she wanted to frustrate her, and that's why this was going on, and Helen was a victim, and blah, 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 blah. All the stuff that we all do, right? And then when she just was able to cut out her interpretation, because remember, perceptions are subject to interpretation. When she cut the cord, she could sleep. So I was thinking, about all of the craziness that's going on in this world, and how, in fact, I can watch a podcast, or I can watch a video, or I can read an article, and then I get supercharged. I mean, I am definitely, Linda, is a distinct persona. I will tend towards anxiety and nervousness and fear and just really crazy stuff like that. But I have to say, honestly, when I get caught up in the drama of what is going on in the 3D world, when I get caught up in it, all my senses are involved and there is no room for anything else. And so over the last few days, I have been cutting the cord. And when I cut the cord, I find that a new form of peacefulness, I'm entering into it. I'm entering into my right mind, my mind of spirit. So I want to share from A Course in Miracles a couple of sentences from lesson 132. I, who remain as God created me, would loose the world from all I thought it was. For I am real because the world is not, and I would know my own reality. I loose the world from all I thought it was and choose my own reality instead. And people on other spiritual paths will choose what they believe to be for them their perfect image or symbol of total love. For me, within A Course in Miracles, that symbol is Jesus. And Jesus asks me in A Course in Miracles to be my model as a peace, as love outside of time and space. Jesus is my model, but I have to know that I can choose in the face of all of the insanity that's going on in this 3D world. So join with me in making a choice for spirit, a choice for love. And I know that we will know and experience the peace that passes all understanding. So thank you for being with me today.